This is our water heater. We have a tankless water heater, and this is of what's known as a unicorn. Man, you never see this. This is a baluster that's been installed in front of the water heater to help prevent vehicular damage. That's awesome. Now, one thing I noticed about this water heater is it's been unplugged. It's been de-energized. That was for a reason. The gas has been turned off. That is for a reason. Okay, I think the water's on. Okay, but here we go. It's a tankless water heater, and we do not have a care and use manual. Care and use manual has not been installed. This is our pressure relief valve right here. Okay, and it goes to the exterior. Now, you're supposed to have an air gap in the pressure relief valve if it's in the same room. And you're supposed to have an air gap and pressure relief valve piping in the same room as the water heater. I get that. It just goes right on outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It has more than 5 bends. It has more than 5 bends. You're not supposed to have more than 5 bends. You're supposed to have an air gap in the same room as the water heater. This piping could have been taken right down into the safety pan, and then that would be your air gap. You wouldn't have any bends, and it would have been perfect. All this was unnecessary, and it's incorrect. Okay? Now we come along here. We don't have a care and use manual. Check the care and use manual. Check the care and use manual about this. Check the care and use manual about adjusting the gas. Okay, the gas has not been adjusted coming to this. This installation is incomplete. Now, I would like to say that, oh well, you see this is off and this is off for a reason. They're probably going to adjust the gas later. Check their work. Look for that, because they probably didn't. You know, I've seen it like twice. It takes a manometer. Okay, bud. You know, what else have we got? Well, you see this vent pipe here? It's supposed to be tilted in the direction of the airflow. Now, I put a little my iPhone measurer on there, and it came out to 0 degrees. To me, it looks like there's negative pitch, but I'm short, I'm challenged, but there's not enough pitch. It's not enough, because what happens is this will cause a blockage in here. This is a Porsche. That's why we want to adjust the gas. Okay, and this filter needs to be cleaned once a year, or you will not get a long life. It's a Porsche. What this does, the reason why we can have a plastic pipe, is it extracts heat. Okay, we created heat to heat the water, and it keeps the heat in the water, so this exhaust is not very hot, and that's why we can have plastic. Now, a byproduct of having that much control over your heat, of being able to extract so much, a byproduct of that is condensate. Condensate, it has highly acidic, and so we've installed this port. We've installed this condensate drain line port. Look at the instructions. You're supposed to have a condensate line that comes over here. It's supposed to have a loop, and then it goes down to here, and then depending on how you feel about your yard or how things are going, it's possible you also might want to install a neutralizing filter. That's kind of getting into the optional area, but right now this is not optional. The fact that you have a drain line with a loop, air gap in the same room as the water heater, use a safety pan for that loop. It's not expensive. It probably came with it, might be in the box. I don't know, but I know this is missing. So what happens is this is missing, this is capped off. What do you think is going to happen to it? The condensate is going to come down inside your heat exchanger, and it's going to corrode this unit, and it's going to cause premature failure. So what did we learn? We learned that our condensate is not draining, it's draining into the actual heater. We learned that our exhaust flue is questionable. We learned that our gas has not been adjusted. We learned that our condensate line that's not there doesn't have an air gap, doesn't have a drip loop, doesn't discharge into the safety pan. We learned that we've got too many bends on our pressure relief valve. We've learned that not only we have not too many bends, it doesn't have an air gap in the same room as the water heater. We learned that it would have been real easy to install it right. They went out of their way to install it wrong.